Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Smart Networker. My name is Dave Rolfe, and it is Monday. And guess what? It's August 1st. July is finally over with, and amazingly, we're going at rocket speed. And today's kind of an exciting day because and I'm going to tell you all about it as I let more people in here. We're going to do two things today. One, we're going to talk to one of our newest silvers in our organization, and I'll tell you how that occurred. And then the second part of it, we're going to do a a new take a look video on going silver and what it really means. And so I'm excited to do both because my recent research has led me down this road, and I think it's important for everybody's sake what we do. And let me see, first of all, do I have our guest today? Yes, we do. There she is. I can see you, Debbie. Do you want to unmute yourself? There you go. Now you have the light behind you. Is there any way you can put the light in front of you so we can see your beautiful face and who you are for the sake of everybody? Now, here, I'm going to set the stage on this because this is kind of, again, one of those interesting things. We have a new back office. And if you don't understand the back office completely and push all the right bells and whistles, you can miss the important data that you want. Now, what happened was late last week, before the end of the month, Sherry made an announcement of a new silver in her organization. And of course, Sherry's frontline to me, so this is kind of an important aspect of my business as well. I pay attention, and oh, this is great. Who's the new silver? So I go on the back office and I see what she had accomplished, and I said, well, how the heck did she do that? Because I don't see anything. I was missing some data, missing some very important data. So I get on the phone and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And I figure, well, heck, I got to call this gal and see what's cooking. How did she do this? And so on and so forth. So we ended up having a wonderful conversation. I'm going to let Debbie tell her story. But what this story means to me is it's an avenue that we can all look at and understand how we can pass on from our generation to the next this idea. And what I mean by this idea of Nikken as a solution, either product wise or business wise. And so, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Debbie Jones, our newest silver in our organization. So, take it away, Debbie.
Hi there. Are you hearing me okay?
Yeah, we hear fine.
Oh, great, great. So, good morning to some, afternoon to others. As Dave has mentioned, my name is Debbie Jones. Dave, live in St. Louis, Missouri, but I spend a lot of time in Atlanta, which is where I met Sherry Danzig. My Nikken story goes back to the mid 90s, actually. That's when coworkers saw me with struggling to walk and introduced me to a magnet. She said, well, if you're in physical therapy and that's not helping you, why don't you try this magnet, which of course I thought was a very odd thing to do, but I was willing to do whatever it took. And I tried the magnet, and she uh, saw that it was that I was doing better. And so she let me keep it, and she let me keep it, and she let me keep it. And several months, maybe almost a year later, after seeing her every day at work, it finally clicked that this thing is working. Whereas being in physical therapy and being on medication, which required that I get even more medication to offset the effects of what I was taking, um, I had this non-invasive magnet that was doing the trick, giving me greater range of motion and things to just kind of promote my doing better. So I took a while, and then I said, I need to do this because I realized that not only did I have this aggravated back, I had aging parents and parent and my mother-in-law. I had athletic children, and I thought there are a lot of people that could benefit from this. So I got into it, but I was so passionate about trying to help people that I pretty much gave away the store. So my husband told me that I needed to give it up after trying Nikken for a while. I had to stop being a distributor and took a hiatus. Uh, Fast forward to Atlanta and went to a demonstration that was being handled by Sherry Danzig and told her that I used to be involved with Nikken, and she encouraged me to get back in it. That was probably about 2.5 years ago. So once again, it took me a while before it clicked that not only did I have the aging parents in the past, now I am the aging parent and grandparent, along with my children that had been athletes that had their own issues as a result from having been athletes who had their children. But my biggest desire to get into Nikken was because I have two grandsons, 3 and 5 years old, that are on the spectrum. And I thought, I wonder, is there any kind of way that the Nikken products might be able to be a benefit to them? So after reaching back out to Sherry after those couple of years' time, she encouraged me regarding Nikken that I could surely get back into it. She would help me navigate that process, which I did. And the rest ends up being history. I end up getting products once again, buying things for my grandchildren that I thought could see the course for myself. I was so thrilled to see the difference with the water. Uh, I could just sit it on my countertop, that sort of thing. So I started talking to my kids about it because they had experienced Nikken um, being athletes in the past and benefiting from the products. So I talked to my two sons. They decided to come in under me. They wanted to give it a shot. My daughter wanted to become a customer because she's the one that is the mother of the children on the spectrum. And so, excuse me, and so my husband, who was a skeptic back in the 90s, uh, decided to come along with me as well, with the promise that I wouldn't give away the store this time. So, uh, so just in an effort to try to get things going quickly for my family and for friends, I just started talking up Nikken products again. And uh, before I knew it, I was approaching the point of where I could become a silver. And I talked with Sherry, my upline, about that. And she encouraged me as well. So I thought, well, man, the more people I can help, it's like a double benefit. I can achieve this level of becoming a silver, as well as all of the people in my path will have benefit as well. So that's pretty much how it happened. I bought products for my grandson, products for my husband, products for me. My sons, I was trying to help them out. They might not have been quite as savvy with trying to afford the products right away because of their timelines or schedules with their paychecks. So it's like, not a problem. I'll share mine with you guys, help you out in any way that I can. And so they have a desire as well. So my one son has already gone executive, and the other son is trying to see what he could do to try to rise up in the ranks as well. So that's pretty much my story of how I ended up going silver. It was just really from a heart of wanting to help not only the next generation, which is my children, but especially my grandchildren. So trying to keep it moving forward within the family.
Well, Debbie, that is so inspiring, with your history and your purpose and where you're going. And I'm sure Sherry was a big part in your education and understanding of how to take advantage of your circumstance and make it work. Now, from my perspective, what is so unique and interesting about this story is a lot of us in Nikken are boomers. We do have grandkids, or we know people with grandkids. And this becomes an interesting aspect of moving forward to help other people realize they may not want to do it, but they could be benefactors of the technology and the idea. And I think the telling of your story, the sharing of your story is very impactful and will be used by many. I've recorded this. We'll make it available, and I thank you very much for sharing your story, and I'm looking forward. And remember, you're in my organization, so if you need any help, you give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you as much as I can, because that's the nature of the beast. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to stop the recording currently on this one, and so we can set that up.